This is off the strip loin. We've taken a portion out to make a sirloin, which is here. We have two nice cuts, around about 7 to 8 ounce. A little bit of light seasoning. Freshly cracked. You can use the grounded pepper, but I like the freshly grinded pepper myself, personally. Then the next most important thing is to, step 1 plus, is to heat the pan up to the appropriate temperature. If not, the most important thing that if the pan is not hot enough, it will start to absorb the oil into the meat, 10% more, and it will take out the moisture from the meat and infuse with the oil and start stewing. So you change your cooking point. So it's very important that any protein, the pan must be really, really hot, just enough oil to seal it. You don't want too much oil. We have a couple of different oils here today. My favourite oil is at home is probably a grapeseed oil or a macadamia nut is my favourite oils. If I'm using a cooking pan, I will tend to use canola oil rather than an olive oil, because olive oil doesn't have as much smoke point, and when it actually smokes from the oil, it releases a carcinogenic. So I prefer to manage it with a canola vegetable oil. Healthy wise, this for cold food is excellent. Olive oil is fantastic. But to have it in a pan smoking at that point is not so healthy. So I just use the smallest amount of canola vegetable oil just to seal the product in. But if I'm at home, I have grapeseed. Grapeseed or macadamia nut. Macadamia nut is a little bit expensive. It's like $10 for like a little. It's in Australia. It's very expensive. It's a small little tin. But everything in Australia is expensive, so. The next is once we've got about a window of about 30 to 50 seconds to seal the flavour of the steak in. So you need to have it at really high temperature, seal it, and then drop the temperature down, take it to the cooking process. If you don't seal it quick enough, what actually happens is the blood comes to the top. Once the blood comes to the top, you're starting to lose the moisture and the flavour of the steak. So it's very important to pre-seal. How many times? I would normally cook this on a barbecue at home. We can't have a barbecue here with the shit burning laws, fire. So we use a pan. How many times would you turn a steak on a grill?
Once.
You would turn it 4 times to get the perfect square.
That's good.
Now the cooking temperature is going to vary per electrical appliance and oven as well. Who is on Celsius? Oh, only 2 people. Who's on Fahrenheit? Oh God, everyone. Look, the rest of the world's on Celsius, okay? I actually came here, and when I first started 2 years ago on another ship, the oven was 450, I thought Celsius, so I turned it back to 160 Celsius, and it was nothing was cooked for the first sitting. And then everything in the fridge had the date to back to front, so I thought everything was off. The pan is now nearly hot enough. We're going to pre-seal this at a high temperature, and then we're going to cook it to 1 cooking point before we want to serve it. All right, we're going to talk about the 3rd step, which is very, very important. The 2nd step in between is to know when the steak is cooked, which is very important. You need to know when it's cooked, and not overcooking a steak is another critical part. How do you think you know when the steak is cooked? My mother cuts it open, looks inside. That's not so good. That guarantees to release the flavour and make the meat shrink. Okay, so you need to. You could get a temperature gauge and stick it in the middle, and look at the temperature. But that also makes a hole in the meat and makes it shrink a little bit. It's by a touch finger method. So basically, the hand represents the pressure point of a steak. So this would be rare, how a rare steak would feel. This is medium rare steak. So the pointer finger, and then medium is the middle finger. And then you can feel as the steak's coming towards medium well now, it's starting to shrink a little bit. It's starting to lose some of the moisture of the meat. And then you get down to the last finger, and it now is very, very tough, and it's no longer eatable. I'm joking. We recommend a medium here. Medium is probably the best cooking point to recommend. Obviously, if you want well done and medium well, my mother still has well done, so I can't convince her yet. So, but definitely the cooking point of medium is the point where it's the last point where it's still got the full flavour. When you start going to medium well or well done, all the flavour starts coming out. Who has well done? Who eats well done steak? Anyone? Yes. You're not allowed in my restaurant tonight, okay? We picked the sirloin steak so that it's well done and also